There's nothing like walking into a room knowing you smell amazing. It makes you feel incredible, invincible. It is its own kind of armor. And I've done my best to curate a collection that helps me pull off the best versions of myself, regardless of where I'm showing up to. And I didn't have to overpay to get that collection. I want to share some of the fragrances I was wearing down in the month of January that come at different price points, that give different kinds of vibes, from florals to vanillas, from cheap shit to expensive shit. They're all here, and I want to share my perfume tray for the month of January with you, because not only was it a versatile one, it was a really cost-effective one as well. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, stick around and let's get into it. Hi, I'm Jeanique, and this month I needed to put together a perfume tray that would match my many moods, the different sides of my personality. I wanted a really versatile perfume tray that would work whether I was staying home on the couch or I was going to a high-powered meeting. They all needed to be in here on the tray, ready to go at all times. And I pulled that shit off, y'all. I smelled and felt good everywhere I went this month, and I want to share with you the fragrances that I was wearing down, the fragrances that made me feel like my best self. Now, if you like this kind of perfuming conversation, you like a perfume tray video, don't forget to subscribe. And if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Now, let's get into my January perfume tray and the magic of the fragrances I was wearing. Welcome to this month's perfume tray video, and I've organized it in the same way I always do. These are done by occasion. We have daytime fragrances, playtime fragrances, work fragrances, and bedtime fragrances all rolled up in here, and I'm excited to share what I was wearing down because they were lovely and they made me feel so fantastic. So I was singing songs and smelling great with my daytime fragrances because I had 3 celeb fragrances, 3 singers in the bunch that I was excited to get into. We got Ariana, we got Britney, we got Billie Eilish. Let's talk about it. Now, I personally love Fantasy Intimate. I know this is considered a simpler fantasy fragrance, but I love the simplicity of this. Now, this is a cleaner smelling vanilla fragrance. Like, it smells like it almost has a lavender in it because it has that cleanliness to it, but really what it is some ozonic notes, some very sweet vanilla, some brown sugar, a little bit of musk coming together to really sit close to the skin and feel really cozy. It's a very sweet, airy vanilla fragrance that is perfect for every day, and I absolutely love this for bed and for daytime. So if I was sitting on the couch all day watching a little bit of TV on a Sunday and doing shit, I would reach for this and lounge my day away. It's great. You have a cup of coffee in hand, you're wearing this down, you feel really cozy. I love this. Now, this is always on sale in a clearance section. Even if it's not in a clearance section, it's probably still on sale for about $30 or $40, sometimes a lot less than that. And I really enjoy this one for its simplicity, its beauty, and just the sweet and cozy vibes that it gives. And the bottle is super cute because it's white, and I love that. So in the month of January, I wore a lot of Billie Eilish one. I really wanted a fragrance that gave very sweet, cozy vanilla vibes without being too overwhelming, too overpowering. So this is a fragrance I would reach for if I was going to get my nails done, if I was going to meet a friend for coffee for a couple of hours. I could guarantee that I was giving something a little bit extra than the bare fucking minimum. This would give me that. So this fragrance is a very dessert smelling vanilla, crisply sweet with tonka, vanilla, and sugar together. But it also has some warm spices, some cacao that help to give the fragrance a little bit of nuance, make it a little bit more dynamic, not as basic. And that really, really helps to zhuzh it up. But the texture is still pretty light on the skin. So I loved reaching for this whenever I was going to be in someone's close proximity for a long period of time. And I didn't want to wear anything that would be too overwhelming for somebody else, but would also allow me to smell fantastic and really confident as well. Really enjoy this fragrance. The moment I tried it, I fell in love, and I continue to really, really enjoy this one. Now, I'd initially planned to have REM on my perfume tray and ended up swapping it out because it could not hold up to the weather conditions, the low temperatures we were getting. I ended up swapping it out for Cloud 2.0. Yeah, I love this fragrance. It's a beautiful mix of aromatics like lavender and gourmand elements like praline and whipped cream alongside these sort of heavier notes, a very creamy coconut and some cashmere wood. It's all in here, just feeling really cozy but elevated at the same time. I love this fragrance. Now, this one compared to Cloud is a lot heavier. So if you've tried Cloud but you haven't tried this, check it out if you're looking for something a little bit richer and thicker and perfect for winter. As much as it's a great everyday fragrance, I really do think it reads really luxe and really refined at the same time. It's a really fantastic one. If you get a chance to try it out, you absolutely should. I'm obsessed with this fragrance. I'm never not going to have it in my collection. No, seriously, I'm not. Now, on top of that, or aside from that, I tried Mad Vanilla for the first time this week. Couldn't y'all tell me how good Mad Vanilla was? Now I feel bad because I've been missing out. I'm walking down the hallway at work. I smell a fantastic perfume. I knock on my coworker's door like, hey girl, is that you? She was like, it is me. I'm like, what are you wearing, girl? She was like, Mad Vanilla. I was like, stop right there. What do you mean Mad Vanilla? Why haven't I tried that yet? And I hadn't. I had not gone out of my way, no matter, even I think it's been out for a year now, or at least 6 months now. I have not made any attempts to try it, y'all. And I have regrets because Mad Vanilla is so fire. Now I want to try Mad Blush. My favorite thing to wear to work are floral fragrances. I think they're really professional and beautiful, really approachable at the same time. It doesn't even matter what kind of floral it is, yellow floral, rose, white floral, soft florals, it doesn't matter. I am here for all of it. And going into the month of January, I wanted to pull different types of florals. So I just wasn't wearing like 5 separate tuberose fragrances. I wanted different options as far as florals went, and I did exactly that. I want to share my 3 favorite florals for the month of January that I was wearing to work, because I think they're all winners in their own way. Have you subscribed yet? I would appreciate you just tapping down below, hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss my videos, because they are fire. Fire. I loved wearing it all Nectar. As you can see, it's been getting a lot of wear out of me. It is a sweeter take on rose, and I love that. So this is a very traditional rose, right? With a little bit of vanilla and caramel, a little bit of a popcorn note coming together to create something kind of yummy, a little bit sticky, sweet, very pretty. If rose scares you, this is a place to start because you get a little bit of the rose nuance without it going over the top, because it's balanced off by those gourmand notes. Now, this is one of my most complimented work fragrances because it smells on the one hand kind of feminine and traditional, but also kind of yummy and edible. And I think it makes a great work fragrance if you're looking for something just a tad bit sweeter, but you still want to get into that rose. Now, I love Lalique L'Amour for work. This is this really light, slightly citrusy, airy fragrance that is great if you're going to be in a meeting, you're going to be close to people, and you don't want to be too overpowering. This has all of the great white florals. There's tuberose, there's some neroli, there is some jasmine in here, there might be some gardenia, but they're really like soft and a little bit creamy, not too indolic. They feel really well blended in this fragrance, and that's balanced out with a little bit of sweet citrus and some musk in the base to make it feel really full and balanced and beautiful. This is soft femininity, like something that doesn't scream too much, very dainty, very delicate, very pretty, and very traditional in what it is giving. I love this for days that I'm not looking for anything that screams, just something really subtle and pretty. This meets that brief. So if white florals sort of scare you, Lalique L'Amour is a great way to go. It's a really affordable fragrance on a lot of the discount websites that is really pretty and doesn't try too hard. So on the days that I wanted a little bit more of a boss bitch fragrance, I reached for Rare Tiffany from Afnan. Now this is a really nice yellow floral that has a little bit of an edge to it. It is pretty sharp. There is a mix of like woodiness, and there's ginger in here. There is pepper in here. So notes that aren't as subtle, but that's mixed together with an ylang-ylang that comes through really, really heavy. It's a really nice musk in here. This fragrance feels like the 90s or the early 2000s in the kind of floral energy it is giving. So it's a little bit of a throwback vibe to it. Really beautiful fragrance if you like one that has a bit more personality. This feels very heavy. It feels like a power floral that's going to knock you on your ass. This makes a big, bold statement in what it is giving. This is not a subtle fragrance by any means. You have to love yellow floral. I didn't realize how much Givenchy I wore in the month of January until I started planning this video and realized that I was wearing a lot of Givenchy fragrances to go out at night, to go play, to be on the road. I was wearing these down. So let's go through them from maybe lightest to darkest, or maybe easiest blind buy to maybe not the easiest blind buy. Let's go through these, y'all. Now, I don't know if this is my favorite of these three, but it is a favorite of mine. I don't think I've talked about it on my channel before, and it is Dahlia Divin Nectar from Givenchy. I absolutely love this fragrance, y'all. And you know why? It's because it is a powder bomb vanilla with a vetiver in the base. Now, what more could I ask for, y'all? There are some yellow florals like mimosa in here. They feel like pollen more than anything else rather than like powder. And there's a very sweet candied vanilla that, because of that powderiness, feels really airy, feels like a cloud, like you're just getting lost inside of it. It is sweet, it is soft, it is pretty. But in the base of this fragrance, like so many Givenchy fragrances do, you have these really dark base notes. In this case, you have some vetiver, very dry, a little bit smoky, a little bit dark. It makes this fragrance feel a little bit sexier, a little bit more sultry. It's very come hither in the vibe that it is giving. Very flirtatious fragrance, great for date nights out. The vibe of this is fun, low-key vibes, just really pretty, very sexy, and I absolutely love this one this month. Now, I don't think Givenchy is a safe bet when it comes to a designer fragrance. I really do think a lot of their fragrances be a little bit darker, more grown, that it requires that you want to lean in heavy into notes that don't often show up in feminine fragrances and just get ready to go along for that ride. And Lingerie Rouge is a great example of that. Now, I love the opening of this fragrance. This is this very juicy blood orange that is a little bit bitter, but also very sweet and fresh. Really full smell that really draws you in, makes the fragrance feel really bright and pretty. And then we get this nice dose of ginger, a very heavy tuberose smell. The white florals, y'all, are all up in here. If you love a white floral, you are going to love this fragrance. But it's that vetiver in the base again. They love them some vetiver in the base to make a fragrance feel darker, a little bit more mysterious. But the vetiver in this is a little bit heavier than we find in Dahlia Divin Nectar, which is a light little touch. This one is a lot fuller. It comes through a lot more, making this fragrance feel kind of smoky, very dark, very mysterious. This is a femme fatale fragrance. You see the bottle, you see the name, you see the notes, you know what it is. The black pepper is aggressive in this one, and you have to love the smell of black pepper to get into it. This is Givenchy's Haute Couture EDP. Very heavy black pepper, very heavy vetiver, a very pronounced sandalwood note that is balanced off by citrus notes like bergamot that's a little bit sour, some raspberry that comes through really sweet and juicy. There are some white florals in here like magnolia. This though is this very aromatic feeling fragrance. It just hard to describe in what it is giving. It feels like none of these notes are really the base of this fragrance. They're all playing together in a way that like they're kind of fighting one another, but it makes this fragrance feel really fun and dark and interesting, and I really enjoy this one. Now, I have been looking for a fragrance that was kind of smoky in the base but also red, very feminine, and a lot of people recommended Haute Couture EDP, and I am so grateful to them because I have been really enjoying this combination of pepper, vetiver, fruit together in a way that I think reads ultra feminine but also kind of unhinged, kind of off the wall. You can't talk to this person. It is a really fun, loud, outgoing fragrance that I really, really enjoy. Now, this is not a safe blind buy, in my opinion. This is a fragrance you want to test out, try on, see if it's your thing. But for me, I find this to be a great late night fragrance when I'm going out drinking. I'm about to be a little bit rowdy and I want my fragrance to read the same, and Haute Couture helps me to do that. Now, the Haute Couture EDT version has a lighter base. It isn't as dark, it isn't as peppery, it isn't as heavy on the vetiver, and so not as heavy on the smokiness. A much lighter touch to this DNA, and I think it plays a little bit easier and plays a little bit nicer than this one, but I think they're both fantastic. If you're looking for a kind of adventurous, darker, fruity fragrance, I think these are lovely. Now, as usual for bedtime, I really wanted to go sugar sweet, and so I was doing Katy Perry's Meow yet again. Y'all, it's half done. It's almost gone. I am not happy about that. If I run into it on sale, I got it on clearance. If I find on clearance again, I will be picking her up. Here's the thing, I was hating on this in the beginning, like, oh my god, it's just sugar water, because it's just a very flat sugary smell, but I do find it incredibly comforting. So you know what, it's half done already, and it makes me a little bit sad. So I'm gonna try to take my time and not finish it off too quick before I can replace it. But if you like candy sweet to go to bed, this is a great option. It is lovely in what it is giving. Also, I need to try more Katy Perry fragrances because I've only tried Meow. If you have any recommendations as far as Katy Perry fragrances, I'm trying to pick up a few more, try out a few more. So if you have recommendations from me, some that you love having in your collection, let me know so I can pick those up. The other one I have swapped over to my bedtime tray is Yara. Now, I have said to y'all before, this one for me is not a love. It's a like. It's a mild like. Very sweet type of fragrance, and I had been layering this to wear it in the daytime to give it a little bit of extra zhuzh so I could do a little bit more with it, but I don't need to do all of that. I found that it is a great bedtime scent because it is very cozy and comforting. So I've been wearing this down to bed. It's moved over. I've been enjoying her, really loving this one for bed specifically. So I don't love it to wear out because I don't think it is doing enough to be worthy of these streets, but it is great to go to sleep in because it is a very cozy, sweet smell that will lull me to bed in like 10-15 minutes. It's great. Now, I always have these like little mini sprays and things that I'm also wearing to bed. I'll just flag those. I won't go into too much detail. So I've been wearing Brazilian Crush 68. As you can see, it's half done, y'all. It's almost finished. I don't know if I'm gonna pick up a bigger bottle of this. I tested it out. I like it, but I prefer 62. And there's some other ones that I also want to try out. So this one was fun, but since I already have Cloud, I'm not jumping to go pick this up. But it is a nice one, like I mentioned in my Sephora review haul video. I will link that one where I talk, at length about it. Now, I've been wearing some Le Monde Gourmand fragrances to bed. Now, I've mentioned here Le Monde Gourmand is this very affordable fragrance house. You can usually find these in like Winners, Marshall, TJ Maxx, Ross, those kinds of places for like the pack of them with about 5 travel sizes, 6 travel sizes, about $12. So I love these to wear to bed. And the 3 that I've been wearing the most in order of mostness. The first one is Pistachio Brulee. Maybe my favorite. I did not buy a full size of this yet, but I think I will. It smells like pistachio, like a nutty creme brulee kind of smell, creamy, rich, without being too sweet. Really lovely. Kind of reminds me of Rosa 62. Enjoying this one. Want a full bottle of it. I've also been doing Lady Cocoa, which is their coconut milk type of fragrance. Very cozy. It was giving low-key breast milk vibe when I first started wearing it. As you can see, the color has started to change just a little bit, getting a little bit darker. The vanilla is getting a little bit richer and sweeter, and this is making this fragrance a lot more enjoyable. Great for bed. I've been enjoying this one as well. And the last one is Macaron Rose, which is a very light rose with some sweet gourmand elements as well. well. Loving all three of these. Pistachio Brulee, clearly my favorite of the bunch. I already picked up a bottle of Lady Cocoa, and now I'm having second thoughts, because as much as I like it, I probably should have gotten Pistachio Brulee. It just took a minute for me to like get on to loving it as much as I do, but out of the three, it's definitely my favorite of the bunch. Like I said, I do have a Le Monde Gourmand specific video coming where I'll show all the big bottles that I got, all the fragrances that I tried, and what I thought about them. I'm still testing things, trying things. This is where I'm at with it. I have a bunch more to try out, but so far Pistachio Brulee is my favorite, and I have not bought a full-size bottle. I'm hoping to go into like a Winners or so and run into a big bottle of it on the cheap rather than having to like buy it online, but I will let you know if that actually happens. I'll also check Amazon on stuff because I really do want to grab it because it is so lovely. My handbag is always overrun with travel size fragrances. There is always multiples of them, so I won't get into all of the fragrances I was walking around with and spraying myself down with at lunchtime because that would take all fucking day, y'all. But I will flag the ones that I was wearing the most. Young Pistachio, obviously this is a beautiful gourmand floral fragrance that I'm obsessed with. I'm still mad at myself for not picking up a full-size bottle, and I absolutely will at the next Sephora sale or the next Kayali sale, whatever. I will get it. This one is Burberry Goddess. I've been wearing this a bit more, trying to see, is it full bottle worthy or not? It's never taken me a fragrance this long to convince me maybe I should just stop at this point, but some days I think magic, other days I think it's alright, and I've not had like 10 days straight of magic, and so I'm not convinced yet. I want a full-size bottle, but it's on my fucking radar, y'all, and I'm enjoying this. And it's a great layering fragrance, so whatever I wear in the morning, say I wore Rare Tiffany, this layers over top at noon very easily and very well. So Burberry Goddess is doing the most, and the one that I think got the most, where as you can see a little bit gone from here, is Si Passion Éclat. This is very fresh rose fragrance that I think is really beautiful for every day. On the days I was focused on florals, this is a great one to wear. If I wanted to zhuzh up a dull nectar and give it more of a rosy touch, this is a great one. It is a little bit of black currant with a very fresh, light, airy rose and some musk. Very simple fragrance, very fresh. I would give this easily to a friend who isn't into sweet fragrances but likes a little bit of rose. This one does a really good job of that. Love this fragrance. I do think it's very underrated if you're a rose fan, and I am. So wore this down as well, but I won't get into all of the fragrances. I almost forgot one. The best of the bunch. Hold on one second. I told you there was a bag, y'all, because there is. I just forgot to pull one of them out. One of the fragrances I've been wearing. Okay, so it's Kate Spade Sparkle. And I'm a little bit annoyed with myself because I had self-control over the holiday sales and all of that stuff, and I did not get a full-size bottle of this fragrance. I didn't blind buy a full-size bottle of this fragrance. There was also a gift set that was on sale. I did not pick it up. Instead, I got this little guy here. So I'm like, let me try it. Let me test it. Let me see what it gives. And it is so pretty. It's this beautiful mix of vanilla, gourmand notes, some fruitiness, and some florals. It is creme brulee and vanilla. Those are the notes, actually, truly. There is some peony in here, making this feel really soft and fairy-like and dainty and like a romantic comedy. It is beautiful. And the opening has a little bit of pepper, a little bit of black currant for some sweetness, a little bit of like extra dimension. This is such a cozy, pretty gourmand meets floral fragrance, and I'm obsessed with this. And I am so mad at myself that I didn't just take the plunge and blind buy it at the time. I can't even find the gift set anymore that had this guy plus the big bottle, so I missed out, and I don't want y'all to miss out. So if you see it, try it out, y'all. But I was smelling so good in January, y'all. Edible, scrumptious, delicious, all of it. And I was excited and happy to share the fragrances I was wearing down. If you like that kind of video, you want to see more, I will link my perfume tray videos from a few months ago. I have a whole playlist you can check out. I will link that for you. And I hope you come back for more by subscribing. I'll see you soon, y'all. My next video is going to be an affordable niche fragrance haul because I've been on the hunt to find fantastic great quality niche fragrances for a fraction of the cost, and I've been doing good. I've been picking shit up, and I will see you soon to talk about that. Again, I'm Jeanique, out here smelling like a whole snack with these lovely fragrances that you might enjoy as well. And I hope you found something here you're a little bit curious about, that you want to find out some more about. I'm happy to answer your questions, so drop them down in the comment section, and I will see you soon, y'all. Bye.
I can tell with something I gon' get what's meant for ya. All my love is on the line and it's up to ya. You got plans, I got friends, but my